an entire world that I was just previously never really interested in is anime. I always kind of wrote it off as like cartoons. I just didn't know what it was. But then many of you told me about the music that is in so many of these incredible shows. And the things that I have discovered since. Wow. And in this video, I want to talk about 5 of those songs that have completely changed my mind about anime.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Yeah. Oh, I keep screwing that up. This, of course, is Tank from Cowboy Bebop, the great soundtrack written by Yoko Kano. And this was one of the first things that I heard from an anime where I was like, wait, there's music in anime that sounds like this? And of course, so many of you are going, yes, this is what we've been saying. But when I first started listening to this soundtrack, I was like, oh, I didn't know it was like that. Hey, it is that time of year again. We are running a 50% off sale on my best-selling course, the Intro to Piano course on Better Piano. This channel is made possible by your support. First of all, just for being here, but over the years, I've taken sponsorships and explored different ways to support the content on this channel, but the one thing that I always wanted to do was create something that would be incredibly useful for you. And the way that I've done that is by packaging my more than 20 years of experience playing this instrument and playing it professionally to help you learn how to play in all of the ways that I wished it had been explained to me when I was learning. The Intro to Piano course is loaded with over 170 videos, instructional material, exercises, as well as downloadable PDFs and resources, and it's designed with one purpose in mind: to teach you how to play the piano without feeling overwhelmed, so that you actually reach your musical goals and learn how to play anything you want to on this instrument. Playing the piano is a lot easier than you may have previously thought if you have the right instruction and the right method to guide you so that you don't feel overwhelmed by things that seem complex when they really aren't. I have carefully designed this course specifically to address so many of the common issues that cause people to quit learning. You're gonna be playing more piano than you ever thought you could, faster than you ever thought possible. And once again, usually about once a year, we run a 50% off sale on that Intro to Piano course. So if you wanna get started learning this instrument today, use the link down in the description below. And that is the best way that you can support this channel. If you enjoy the content here, if you enjoy these videos, your support is greatly appreciated. And I just love with Tank how raw it is. It's like, it's imperfect, but that almost makes it better. Yeah. Yeah, so this is basically just the blues, right? 5, something else. Yeah, and then you release. Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh man, I forgot the middle part of this, but like, the second I say it's a blues, then it goes into something completely different. I mean, this is just, it's insanity. And I had no idea that this existed. I was like, okay, let alone from, when was this, 1998 or something? Check this out. Woohoo! That's just going right around the key circle. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Woo! And of course, this was performed by the band called the Seatbelt. What a great name for a band. And this, I mean, I couldn't believe it when I heard this for the first time. I was just absolutely blown away. I was like, what? Wait a second, what have I been missing? And it wasn't long before a lot of you recommended that I check out Kids on the Slope, and specifically this scene. And we talked about this scene and how incredible the animations are. I mean, the music itself is obviously unbelievable, but the animations, I just could not wrap my head around this. I was like, this is a level of detail. Yeah, like, I mean, amazing playing, but the fact that these animations, literally, they're exactly what we're hearing. Particularly with the drums, that's where we can see it most obviously. And it's, look at, this is literally in the background. Like, nobody would really care that much if it was an approximation, but it's not an approximation. It is exactly what is being played there. And oh my god, it's absolutely unbelievable. Woo! And of course, this is the great tune Moanin' by Bobby Timmons, which goes... What a great tune, especially played with the organ. The B3 has just got to be one of the absolute coolest sounds in all of music. I wish I knew how to play it. It's interesting, organ is like not a transfer automatically from, like, if you're a piano player, obviously you're gonna have a benefit if you want to try to learn organ, but it's like not a clear one-to-one. Playing the organ is a different technique because there's no such thing as a sustain pedal on an organ. So like, you just have to play differently. It's a different technique, there's no weight on the keys. It's like a whole other thing, and I've never learned how to do it, let alone control the organ itself with all the drawbars and stuff like that. I mean, it would be so cool to learn because I've always thought it is absolutely just one of the coolest instruments that exists, and this is such an incredible usage of it. Woo! Yeah, I'm that kid. I'm that kid right there. Look at him. He's like, oh my god. Double time. Look at the... I've already talked about this. I've already talked about this in a video. You can go watch it. I'll put the card up here somewhere. But like, I will never cease to be amazed by the absolutely unbelievable animations in this. And there's other anime that do this. Just the unbelievable attention to detail is always just absolutely blown my mind. When I saw this, again, this was another one of those moments where I was like, I did not know that this existed. I mean, name me any other genre of media or entertainment or films or TV shows or anything where they do this stuff. It's just so cool. And turning our attention away from jazz just a little bit, this is another one that I heard for the first time, and I was blown away not only by how cool it is, how intense it is, but the harmony in this. Wow! Oh my god. And in case we haven't talked about it before, I think we have, but like, check this out. So, yo! That's insane. That is absolutely crazy. We go from our original home base of C sharp minor and we go up a minor third and we play the exact same thing again, but now it's in E minor with the same movement again. Oh. Like, what? It's crazy. Woohoo! Wow! That went up another one. Why not? End the whole thing that way, right? We start here, and then we go up a minor third. And then why not just go up another one? Amazing. This was another one that kind of just like, I couldn't believe. I was like, what? Why is there so much incredible harmonic information in this? That doesn't make any sense. There's definitely some stuff in here that I've heard that just absolutely blew me away from a compositional and an orchestral and arranging perspective. And the theme song to Howl's Moving Castle is absolutely no exception to this. I immediately was like, what? And then we get this absolutely beautiful wall. Woo. Beautiful voicings, beautiful writing. Oh, yeah. And then we get this absolutely beautiful orchestral arranging. Wow. Yeah. It's just unbelievable. The development of these ideas, they're just absolutely incredible. And of course, this is the work of the legendary Joe Hisaishi, a composer who, if you are into anime and if you are very familiar with it, you're of course gonna know his name. But for me, I'm like, I don't know who this is. And then I was exposed to the absolute depths of his work. And I'm just like, wow, this dude, something else, I'm telling you. I feel like sometimes themes like this from different anime, they have like a different compositional approach to them, where they're written almost more like classical pieces. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but as opposed to, like, you know, we have the epic scores from Hans Zimmer. We think of something like Dune. And it's these just incredible soundscapes and atmospheres and stuff like that. Whereas, like, to me, this is more similar to a John Williams approach, but it's different still because it's not as, like, cinematic. You see this, I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe this. It's almost like the songs themselves are more of a storybook. They're less like big fanfare themes like we think of with Star Wars or Indiana Jones or Superman, and far more rich with story. And I'm careful how I'm saying that because I don't want to take anything away from a John Williams approach, because it's obviously some of my favorite stuff of all time, but this just feels different in a really fascinating way. And I think that's one of the reasons why so many of these shows, number one, they're just incredibly imaginative, and then also they just pull you into this world, and they truly, like, they're very transformative. Like, they put you into the middle of this story and you really feel it. Like, the imagery and the music, they just go so well together that it's no wonder why people are so into this stuff. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. Bonus round, before we get to number one, I've just got to play a little bit of this for you because two hands together, are you kidding me? Oh my god, when I heard this for the first time, I was like, no, this is not in a show. Like, what are you talking about? This is not an anime. This is like a straight up modern jazz, like, record. And that's exactly what it is. But as we know with Gundam Thunderbolt, that's kind of the show, and it's nuts, and it's absolutely insane. I made a video about this one too. I will put the card up in the corner for you, but just some of this stuff, come on. No! I missed it! Oh my god! Check that out. That was a dual line, but offset. It wasn't playing like the same, like, it wasn't like whatever it was. It was like offset by an interval. So it was like, I don't even know what it was. I'd have to transcribe it, but yikes! I mean, it's just absolutely unbelievable. I can't believe that this is just like something that's just, oh yeah, there's a whole anime that kind of has this vibe. Like, are you kidding me? That's the coolest thing ever. But the number one, as you can probably guess, is an anime that I remember watching for the first time, and I was like, oh. It was like kind of the first, I hadn't watched any shows or anything like that, and so when I saw Spirited Away, just like everybody else for the first time, I was like, oh, I didn't know this is what it was. Like, it was definitely like my first exposure to something this incredible. And I just remember the absolute immersion that Joe Hisaishi's score provides here. And nothing, I think, tells that story better than this. Oof. So cool. I mean, those voicings in there are just like, they immediately put you into this place where you're like, whoa. So ambiguous and beautiful, but yet there's a little bit of like, oh, where's this gonna go? Because we have yet to get the true nature of the harmony. And now, here it comes. What a chord! Oh, come on! Just that alone. Oh, so incredible. Oh man, the orchestration is just amazing. And this again is another example of that. It's a melody that really tells a story. It pulls you into the story. You know, it's I don't know, it's so hard to describe because it's different than like a theme, a big epic, you know, theme from Star Wars. Like, it's just a different thing. These for me are just a few of the many things that I've heard that have absolutely blown my mind about the genre of anime and what the music is all about. There's some of the most incredible composers and some of the most incredible soundtracks I've ever heard, just period. But this is certainly not a comprehensive list, and I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below. What are some of your favorite themes from some of your favorite anime? Maybe ones that I haven't talked about yet, because I've always loved so many of these things were recommendations from all of you that allowed me to discover this stuff and find out about it for the first time. And I love breaking this stuff down and talking about it more with all of you. It's one of my favorite things to do. So if you have recommendations on some of the anime soundtracks, themes, whatever that have been the most impactful for you, let me know in the comments down below, and I'd love to break some of those down. Real quick before we go, don't forget 50% off the Intro to Piano course for a limited time. There's a link in the description. It's the best way to support the channel. Thank you so much. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one.